Well, hello everybody. Today we are with our friends Kim and Jason. Wave, you guys. They are giving us the absolute delight of welcoming us onto their brand new farm. And as I make my way over here to them, we will have them tell you a little bit about their journey, which is an absolutely amazing story. So hi guys.
Hi. So we moved to this property last year. We have 7.5 acres-ish. And after we bought our first house in Hanover Park, we kind of just fell in love with gardening and fell in love with transforming a space and fell in love with lavender in particular and how amazing it is for a bunch of different things, for culinary use, for herbal use. And that's kind of our dream. We want to start a lavender farm, and we have the space to do it here. So that's what we're looking to do eventually, kind of in the long run.
So you guys are going to give us a tour today, and we're going to break this up into 3 parts. There is so much to see. And we're going to start with the beautiful landscaping in front of the home. And we're going to start over here on this side, but I'm going to kind of pan around so you can just take in how gorgeous this front porch is. I would say this is an entertainer's porch, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You have a lot of different places to sit down and relax, and even one of the best parts is if someone wanted to sit down, even if you're a kid, and just have your legs kind of regular, kind of like sitting on the kitchen counter at your mom's house when you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start over here.
Okay.
And tell us what's in your garden.
Yeah, so when we moved in, there was really nothing here except for the hydrangea standard that you see right here in the middle. And we wanted to fill the space with a bunch of things that we would really enjoy, but some things that were kind of more low maintenance. So we put in grasses in front of the generator because we just wanted to hide that. We have some sage that's just coming in to its own with the warm temperature. There's some other, I think, lemon balm. I actually don't even remember everything that I've planted now, but
Nice.
Some roses.
Love the roses peeking through.
Yeah. And then there's another rose back there and some butterfly bush next to it over there.
So what is remarkable to me, how long have you actually been on this property? And tell us about what you actually came into when you actually came to the farm.
We moved in on July 4th weekend last year. So
Oh.
almost exactly, like getting to a whole year now. And we really kind of, when we moved in, we loved the space so much because it was a blank slate. And
Absolutely.
we knew that we could kind of just have fun with it and not have to do a bunch of work ripping things out before we started over and did stuff that we liked. So that was a huge appeal in addition to the house itself.
Well, and you have a tremendous amount of material here. Jason, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you actually brought some things from your previous home?
Yeah, so we loved gardening in our old home. It was just getting a little bit too small for our, garden space that we eventually wanted to build out. So we did bring a lot of stuff from the old house. We had some blueberry bushes. We had a lot of raspberry canes. What else did we?
The hydrangeas over
The
there.
hydrangeas that we have. There was like 1 or 2 smoke bushes that we brought from the old house. So we just loved them at the old house and wanted them to bring it into the new space.
This is incredible, and I am just enjoying, as you're talking, seeing all of the bees and the butterflies. I see a white butterfly really enjoying every bit of this space, and its friends are going to start to come soon too.
Yeah, we wanted to create a space that was really good for pollinators because in general it's great for the environment, and if you grow any vegetables or anything, then they're going to be there to pollinate and bring fruit. So we really enjoy watching the honeybees. Our neighbor across the street has honeybees, so we know that they'll enjoy this space too.
Wow.
We found out that they'll travel up to 5 miles for honey. even farther, but regularly we'll travel up to 5 miles.
So you're going to be very popular
Yeah.
once we actually get all of this lavender in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Which
we
is-
even have some lavender up front, some phenomenal lavender.
We had to
And some
test
sweet
it
romance.
because we didn't know what the soil would be like here,
Oh,
and
But we really lucked out.
we did.
We our old house, our old land was very clay material, and we're really lucky. This is kind of rocky material, but overall, it's really great soil to plant in.
Especially for lavender, because lavender likes Mediterranean type rocky sort of sandy soil. And so we were happy to see that that's kind of what we had here. We didn't really like look for a specific soil before we found a new place, but it just sort of happened that way.
so I don't think we actually mentioned yet, you picked a name for your farm.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're looking to call it 5 Petal Fields because lavender, when it blooms, those tiny little blooms that are up on the stalk, has 5 petals. And it also is just kind of nice because if we decide to plant other things besides lavender, you know, we're looking maybe at sunflowers and a few other sort of cutting flowers, and you know, it kind of gives you the flexibility to have maybe 5 different fields of different things.
Well, I cannot wait to see how your farm evolves as you continue to grow things. Now, I see some little stepping stones here,
Yeah, those were here when we moved in.
as well as the bird bath.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice you could build in around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we come over here, we're getting more into this shade of this big,
Yeah, so
beautiful
really,
tree.
On one side that we started on, that was the sort of full sun hot garden. This is the shade garden. So the plants then transition with that because the hostas really like mostly shade. There's some other sort of lamium, which is also called dead nettle with the purple flowers on it. That's going to evolve into a better ground cover to kind of keep the weed pressure down. And then we have some things back there that we have yet to plant into our new vegetable garden, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a bit.
Yes, in fact, I think what we're going to do is give everybody a sneak peek of the vegetable
Sure.
garden, which is going to be a tour in its own right here momentarily. And we'll just kind of step over here. You guys see that greenhouse? Oh my gosh. It's going to be so fun to talk about that. So just a peek through to the property behind on the porch. So anything else you want to share with us about the front? Jason, I thought it was very interesting that you mentioned as you were trying to fill in spaces about just what your strategy is to kind of keep weeds down, you know, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, so myself, I really like the perennials because they come back every year as long as you take care of them. But I think our strategy this year was to plant a lot more annuals like the super tunias. So they'll kind of fill in the space for the spring and the summertime. And, you know, the larger that they get, the less weeds that you're going to have. So we kind of
Absolutely.
really love that because who likes to pull weeds?
I think all of us can say that we'd rather spend our time doing other things.
Planting pretty things instead of
Yes.
pulling the not so pretty things.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for sharing this part of the tour with us. And stay tuned for parts 2 and 3 on the farm.